Okay, it's Christmas Day, and I'm out here. I'm going to make the brackets for the fuel tanks for the stands. I just grabbed a couple pieces of brass that's the same brass that I used for the exhaust manifold flange. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mill it down to 600 and then fold over about 100 thou fold on each side so that I have like a U-channel like it's called out in plans. So anyway, I'm over to mill and we'll get things set up over here. And I'm going to take and back up a little bit here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mill it to width first. So I need to set that in there. That'll work. Put a parallel in here. Just two pieces in here. On top the parallel, not beside the parallel. Cat's driving me nuts. It's the garage cat. So I think I'm going to go with a smaller end mill though. Smaller the end mill, less pushing it back on it. So I'm going to go with a smaller one. Maybe a 3/16 or something. 3/8 here. Okay, I'm going to go with an 1/8 inch. I want something that ain't going to flex that back so bad. The smaller the end mill, the less action of that line. It'll do that. I'm going to turn my stop down here for mystery. Okay. I just want to clean up one side here. Okay, so we cleaned up one side. And now I'm going to run them off the over the buffer a little bit. Pick a little bit of burr on there off. Ran them over the buffer to take the burr off. Wasn't all that much burr, but I'll lift this back up. Slide it in there. Get back down here. So we'll clean up this side, see where we're at. I cut them with a piece with a pin snip, so they're not real straight. All right. I want about 600. And we are at, oh man, do I want 600? Let me check here. 100. We actually want about 700. And we're actually at about 955. So we got about a quarter inch to take off. I don't know if I have enough room. I might have to get different parallels. Yeah, we don't have enough. We don't have enough room there to take a quarter inch off. Well, I'll mill them down as far as I can here. Get close to that vice jaw. I don't want to mess up my vice jaw. Okay, so we're gonna have to take and improvise here with parallels again. And we got about 100 thou to go, so we're 100 thou short. So this in here like that, this up here like that, this on top here like that. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And then goes up there. Don't have enough clamp before I run out. Oh, I know. If I can find my other parallel here. All right. Let's try these. So we'll take and put that. It is like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. So go like that. This. Like that. And then now we're not clamping up close to the top though. What? to do. Be nice to clamp up too close to the top. Lay on top there. Did I run out? I'm still thinking. I guess I'm just gonna hold it up there somewhat equal to that. I think that'll work. Gotta take 100 thou off of them. So I'm just gonna bring it down touch and crank off and raise it up 100. And then we'll give her a shot. That worked. Now, lengthwise, I'm going to leave them what length they are. Now I want to put them in the vise at with about 100 thou sticking out, and then basically bend them over. So I will take I know, I'll take a 100 thou Joe block and put in there. I'll lay a 100 thou Joe block in front of it, and then I'm just going to lightly, when I get it down there, and I'm going to lightly clamp it. And then I'm going to take this parallel here and get my little soft mallet here, and I'm just going to tap it down to that Joe block. That ain't working. Well, it was an idea anyway. Okay. Maybe I just had it too tight. No way of setting that. I'd like to set it exact, but that ain't gonna happen, I don't think. And then just go from one end to the other. This is 1/8 inch, I believe. And that's 110. That's close enough, I think. I think I'll put that on there. Sometimes it's challenging to figure out how to clamp stuff up. You know what? I think these parallels are 1/8 inch different. These are 500. That's not gonna work. Well, I'm going to shut the camera off here and try to figure this out. A way of clamping them up. Okay, I'm back. I did one, and what I did is I moved the vise over to the side here, where I got room, and the first side I just went ahead and clamped it up. They're 700 thou, and I want them, and I clamped it up so I could still move it around a little bit. So they're 700 thou, and I want to bend a 100 thou tab over, so on each side. So the first bend would be at 600 approximately. So I set it at I set my calipers at 600, and then I used the back here, this little step. I just slid it on there and then moved it around until I had it right. Back and forth from side to side. There. That side's got to go up. Oh, it's going to be difficult now. The other one went pretty easy. Alright, let's try this again here. Slide that down. This side's got to go up just a tad. That looks pretty good right there. I snug the vise up, and I just take my soft mallet and I just start, and I just go back and forth, just bending it a little at a time. I'd like to have a little sheet metal bending brake. Always was going to build one, never have. It would work perfect for this little box. But you just keep going back and forth, tapping her down on the top of that jaw now. Okay, that's side one. Now side two is a little different. Now I put this parallel down in the bottom here, and I set these two parallels on top, because I can't bend it over on this jaw now because the jaw's too wide. So I need something narrower, so now I got parallels in there. And I go through the same process here. Put them in here. And now I move the calipers in 100 thou naturally to 500. And then I do the same thing. I just pull it up and down and set it to where it's sticking out the right distance. Just takes a little fiddling with it to get it. That's pretty close right there. I mean, this is just, none of it's really functional. It's just, you see it. You know what I mean? That you want it to look good, or look halfway good anyway, like you knew what you were doing. So anyway, we'll just do the same thing. Down on top onto that parallel. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this, but this is working. Okay, we're down on that. So now, ta-da! They're going to sit like that, So now I want to mill an angle on here down to nothing. So I'll probably set them, just eyeball a, 10-degree angle or something and on it. I could just sand it on there too. No, I'll mill it. Probably just. Oop. Something like that. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, and I'll come back to it when I get something figured out how I'm going to do this. Okay, I didn't mill the angles on these. I just went ahead and went over the sander and real quick and just sanded angle on the bottom side of them. And I got to set up and drill the holes now for the stands. The weather outside is horrible. It's raining. It's in December. That's kind of unheard of for us. I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of trees down after this. Everything is just coated with ice. So we're actually having a little ice storm. But that's okay. That's outside. It's not in here. As long as I got power yet. So I'm going to set up the mill here and drill holes. Drill those holes in the ends for the stands. I'll get you situated here, and okay, so I'm just going to take this parallel and put it in here and overhang it on one, that legs down. Now I want to put a stop on there again, so that I get them close to being all the same distance from the end. It's really not that critical, but because the stand will end up wherever it ends up. It's not doesn't matter if it's off one way or the other. So, okay, so that I got to get the other stop. That goes right underneath. This part slides right underneath that. So I'll just turn it around. Bottoms there, the back side is a little lower. Put this up so I can tighten it. I'll put it like that. Still say these are the handiest little stops. They don't have to be fancy. You just got a couple screws that tighten up on the jaw. Basically a little horseshoe or a little channel that fits over. Basically what we're making. A little channel. Okay, so that's, and then I'll just pull the parallel back when I'm ready to drill a hole. So now, I gotta switch to a 1/2-inch collet for the drill chuck. And I think I'll take a 1/2-inch center and center that so that it's centered. I have a few of these 1/2-inch broken shanks of an end mill, and I just ground it down to a point. They come in handy for stuff that's not real critical, but you want to be close to the center. And so what I'm going to do is run over to this end here, and I'm going to bring it down and eyeball the center here. I'll pull the parallel out of the way. Take the stop down further, and then we'll just right there. So now we put the parallel back underneath, and I will get a drill chuck. This my small drill chuck. And I don't think I'm going to even center drill those. It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't, location really isn't critical. Just going to eyeball it here. Eyeball it to where it looks good. That's right there. That looks good right there. Oop. I realized my parallel was sliding back too. One down, one to go. This one might be a little narrower. It is a little bit. Oop. Ah. There we go. Dropped it in and it slid around the corner and went down. Okay, so I'm ready to start soldering now. Oh, no, I'm not. I gotta drill holes in the tank yet, the tank body. So, duh. So we'll take that out of there, and now we're gonna drill holes in the tank body. And I'm gonna clamp them like that. Center. So I think I'll lay a parallel underneath. Yep, like that. And I have a long stop like that. So this one here, if it's got a long leg on it, so it'll go down onto that. Don't need this stop on there. Take this one off. Okay, now roll it up against it and cut the center here. I need to put a bigger drill chuck in. Okay, and then I crank it down. Yeah, I'll come back when I get it all done and set up here. Okay, had a little slight delay there. The missus wanted flashlight fixed. It wasn't working, or it's a battery operated lantern. Because we're pretty sure we're going to end up sometime this afternoon or tonight with no power, with the way it's raining out. Anyway, I
Got the first tube here. I put a black mark on there, scribe the center mark. That's where the fitting will be, and I'll just clamp that in there. I got a center drill in there, and I'm going to use the same method of centering this as I do for getting my lathe bit height. And basically, you can see that I'm not close to center even, and drag it over there until I've just got a little bit of downward pressure. I got my hand on the quill travel, and I'm just going to eyeball it until the scale looks straight. Went too far. Right there. And that'll put that hole on the center of that. Now I want to center it on the scribe line. Right about there. Okay, that's where I'm going to poke. I'm going to poke a hole for the bottom fitting. I'm going to poke a hole for this bottom fitting to fit in there. And it'll be this smaller diameter here, and I believe I went to a standard size. I didn't. I went to, I got a, oh yeah, 375. I was measuring out here for the, must have a little taper in that, but it's 375 is what it is. So I want to drill a 3/8 hole there. Actually, you know, in this copper, I hate drilling in copper. I think I'm just going to get an end mill, put an end mill in there and punch a hole with an end mill. Drilling copper sucks. Go back to a 3/8 collet here. Come on. We'll find the key. Right there. What's going on here? There we go. We're just being stubborn. Alright, so I want a 3/8 end mill. I think I had one here. I just put it away. I can find where I stuck it here. Huh. I thought I put it in this drawer right here. There we go. I better check it with the calipers here to make sure that it's a full-size 3/8. I have some that I've resharpened a few times. And obviously they're not, they're no longer 3/8. So yeah, this one's been resharpened, but it's big enough yet. I think it'll, because it's going to cut over a little bit in that copper, I think. We'll see. Okay, so I'll raise her up. Are you even in the picture here? Oh yeah, kind of down though. Alright, so we're going to punch through that. I'm going to go take it down the lowest speed though. See it wiggling. Off a little bit. I hate trying high. Really do. this will fit right in there. Oh yeah, fits in there nicely. Something I never thought about is, all right, now I need the index at 90 degrees from where I'm at. Oh, or somewhat really close. Would like it right on. I know. That would be 90. And if I do it again, it's going to lay a scribe line on the side, 90 degrees to it, which is a pretty easy task if I can find my square. Not sure where to use that last. Oh, here it is. Lay it right in front of me. In order to scribe a line on the center line of a round like that, if you just take your square, set it down, and then put it up against it, and just move it back and forth, you'll scratch a line on the side, right at the tangent point, which will be right on the center line. So what I'm going to do is I did that, and I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to put a 3/8 pointer in here without moving it. Put a 3/8 pointer in there. Come down. Oh, I got it pretty close right there. Now I was going to turn it until I get to the center line, but I'm already pretty darn close. Oop, was close. Come on. Right there. And then what I'll do is I'll do a line again, another scribe, 8, so that's 180 degrees off from the other. Turn that one till that line lines up, right there. Now we're 180 from the other one. There might be an easier way if I sat and thought about it, but this will work. So now the filler tube fitting is going to go in there, and I don't remember, did I do that with 3/8 also? I believe so. Yes, sir. So we'll do the same thing all over again here. Okay, and that will be the filler tube. Filler tube. Bottom nipple. We're going to be in business here. Okay, and do that one more time without moving anything. Move it to the right a little bit. Oop, don't take it out, don't take it out. Not until I do this. The scribe line on there first. And then around to the top. Put the pointer back in. Bring that down. off a little bit. Turn it until the scribe line lines up. Put another scribe line on there. And then turn it so that one lines up. Whoop. Right there. Get that out. Then go back in. Tighten that up. Okay. Now I need to take and put a clearance hole in these, and guess what? I made that flange so big I didn't think about that. Oh. Should have made these wider. I was gonna go to 5/8. I kind of wish I would have now. I might have to do those. I'm gonna do these over. I'm gonna make these wider. Make them wider to fit on here. Either that, or I could cut them into 2 pieces. Shoot. Well, yep. I'm gonna have to make these over. They're not gonna work right. But I could go ahead and silver solder these together, and then when I get that done, then I can solder those on. These will be in place. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I don't know if I'm going to video that, playing with the torch and everything while the camera is on. So I'm going to go ahead and silver solder these. Okay, I got them silver soldered, and lights are flickering. We're flickering, so I'm thinking I'm going to call it a day. But you can see here. Didn't want to focus real well, but and the bottom one, top one. Yeah, let me get the cap and turn it on there. Put the cap on it. Put that cap on it. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work out really well. So, tank is getting there. I can, while I was going to silver saw or put the ends in yet, but I don't want to do that until after I either silver solder, either make those over or cut them in half in pieces and then put 2 pieces on. I think I'm just going to make them over. They weren't that hard to make, so I'm just going to make one over that's wider that'll cover that. You know, cover so that I can have that spigot through there. But I mean, everything went real well. Silver soldering it, I put a little flux on the spud that went in there, and it flowed really nice around it. So should be leak proof. And then when I put these in here. I'm going to take and put some Loctite on those. I've done that before with some gas tanks from my other models, and they have never leaked. So, and I've used aluminum, and plus I've used plexiglass, and I'm going to make one of these with plexiglass. I think I'm going to make one with these, And then I'm gonna go ahead and make some plexiglass plugs for the other one, and I'm gonna press plexiglass plugs in. And now the one that I'm putting the plexiglass in, I'm gonna buff up the inside, make it look really nice, and I hope. I'm hoping anyway. And then this one here, I just may paint. I might paint the copper part black, and then polish the aluminum part so that it'll have 2 chrome ends and a black, and then maybe get a stencil, put gasoline only or something, you know. I'll have to look at some old tanks and get some ideas for some kind of graphics to put on here around the filler. And then like I say, I want to get like the chain that you have on a light bulb or a light switch. I want to get a chunk of that, and that's why I made that hole a little bit bigger. And I'll run a little either screw or something up. No, I can't run a screw in there. Well, it'll have to be just a piece of wire with 2 ends. I'll have to think about that too. And then the chain would go in the inside, and that way it'll always be attached to the tank. I haven't done that on any of my other, never lost the top yet, so, but it's just something that I was thinking about. But anyway, I'm on the home stretch for the fuel tanks. Tomorrow I'll make these bottom pieces over and then start making the stands, either start making or get them made, and then start putting them all together. So until then, catch you later.